everyone, I'm a pediatric speech language pathologist. I have been treating kids for over 12 years and I want to talk about developmental milestones when it comes to a 36-month-old. And yes, I know that might seem obnoxious to say 36 months when the child is 3, but there is a big difference between newly 3 and almost 4. So for those kids that are 3 about to turn 4, I have a list of different milestones for them. But if your child recently turned 3, here's what I want you to look out for. First, I'm going to go over receptive language, and what that means is what is the child able to understand. So the child actually doesn't even need to verbally produce anything. I just want to be able to understand what the child is able to comprehend. So receptive language, I want to see if the child can follow a 2-step direction. So like, go get the ball and throw it to me. Go get that wrapper and put it in the trash. Different things like that. And yes, you absolutely can point. The child needs to be able to identify a variety of pictures, and they can be common nouns. But I also want the child to be able to identify verbs. So if you show the child a picture of like 3 or 4 different verbs, can you have the child point to the one who is sleeping, point to the one who is playing, different things like that. I also, when it comes to receptive language, I want to see if the child is able to understand spatial concepts. So if you take any object and you have the child put it on the table, under the table, in front of them, behind them, on top of your head, that is something I'm looking for. I'm also looking to see if the child is able to identify the function of common objects. So if you get a spoon, a ball, a cup, and have the child point to the one that we eat with, point to the one that we drink out of, point to the one that we throw. So I want to make sure your child is able to understand the function of common objects. So moving on to expressive language. I want to see what your child is able to verbally produce. So a 3-year-old should be using hundreds of different words and also producing 3 to 5 different word combinations. And in those words, I want to make sure that this 3-year-old is not using just nouns. So I would like for a 3-year-old to be using a variety of nouns, a variety of verbs, as well as a variety of adjectives in his or her everyday speech. I also want that child to be able to answer WH questions related to a picture. So if you show your child a picture in a book, can the child answer the WH question of what is he doing? Where is he? What room is he in? Why is he doing that? Who is he helping? Different things like that is what I'm looking for in expressive language. I'm also looking to see, is the child able to use present progressive ing when labeling verbs, and is the child also able to use a plural s when labeling plurals? So moving on to articulation, what different sounds should a newly 3-year-old be able to make? A newly 3-year-old should be able to make all of the vowel sounds in the English language. Consonants that the child should be able to produce are P, B, T, D, M, W, H, as well as K and G. I also would like to see a little bit of an S emerging, but that's probably going to be accompanied with a lisp, which is totally developmentally appropriate at 36-month-old. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you guys are interested in hearing some other milestones.